Okay, cool. Apparently I'm going. What's up, guys? I'm Dungeon Wolves, and today this is my first live stream ever on my channel. I figured I'd give it a shot because it seems like it's a very popular thing on YouTube right now, and it's a good way to get to know the creator, right? So I really don't know what to talk about. There's not a whole ton to talk about. This is my little abode. Very shitty abode, but works for what I pay. And I'll be taking questions for the one person that is in the room, which is maybe me, maybe not me. Who knows? What's a good topic to talk about? Very good topic to talk about. Okay, let's talk about gaming. I was playing Call of Duty World War II this morning for the first time in like 3 months, and it sucked. The reason I say it sucked is because I died a whole ton, and it's a pain in the ass when you die a whole ton. KDR is like really good at one point, and then it's crap at another point just because you die so much. Just getting back into it, I typically play a lot of hardcore TDM and domination, stuff like that. Easy to go stuff. And yeah, I died a lot because I'm sucky. I took on some orders for LMG class to get 500 kills with that today, and did not go over well. Got 4 or 5 kills with the LMG. Not very quick with it, apparently. Oh, that's a piece of tape. Yeah, that's just something we got here. And anyways, continuing on with this story. So I was chilling out, just running around with my LMG, and some people killed me. It happens, man. It happens. And so yeah, I switched out to my MP5K, or I guess it wasn't the MP5K, MP40 more like, but switched out to that, and I had a lot more luck with that. Got more kills, died a lot less. KDR still shit, but hey, is what it is, right? Other things to talk about. Let's see. Anybody ever play Fallout 4? If you've played Fallout 4, let me tell you, it's a good game. Definitely a good game. Especially with the mods lately. They got a lot of good mods coming out. Not the greatest mods, but they're not the worst mods either. I don't like how Bethesda has those ones you got to pay for. The ones made by the fans are much more fun, entertaining, really. I play on a PS4, so I don't get quite as much as other people do for the mods. The Xbox One Live, the Xbox One community gets more. Same with the computer community. They get so much more, and it's kind of unfair. I've always wanted the one mod in Skyrim back when I was playing that for a little while on both the Xbox 360 and the PS4. And I wanted to play a lot of fuck me. Let me think. I've run this through my head like 100 times. The script, it's not really coming together now, is it? Again, first one, I really suck at it. Everyone's got to start somewhere. And I want to. Right. The game before Skyrim, which was Oblivion. Oblivion, that's the one. Somebody made a really cool hack for it where you could play Oblivion in Skyrim, and I thought the premise of that was so cool. I wanted to play it so bad, but didn't really get the chance to do that, so it wasn't amazing. I mean, I'd love to play it. I've watched YouTube videos on it and stuff, and it's cool they can Imperial Sword into that when you didn't really get that in the first Oblivion game. But yeah, yeah. In other news, Fallout 76, that was a backfire on Bethesda's terms. They've been pretty busy trying to fix that up and that whole scenario. Things aren't looking so good for the Fallout community, I think, and future Fallout games. Granted, I think they will still come out with good Fallout titles, just nothing quite as good as New Vegas, for example. New Vegas was an amazing game. The beautiful designs, story in it was pretty good. You're not just some vault dweller crawling out of a vault for the first time. You'd think if you're a vault dweller just crawling out into this post-apocalyptic America, you'd be like, what happened? Like, there's rad roaches, there's things trying to kill you, man. So many things trying to kill you. Super mutants, God, that would blow my mind if I'm a vault dweller coming out for the first time. But with New Vegas, it was a really nice premise where they had you come in as a news carrier, basically. You come in as a news carrier, you're already used to the whole thing. Your guy's seen it all. He's fought off all this post-apocalyptic stuff that's trying to kill you now, and it just makes for a better story in my mind because you're not as concerned about it, right? Oh boy, sounds like I am getting a message from Facebook, which I will answer later because who cares about that kind of stuff, right? Getting back to it, apparently Obsidian's coming out with a new game in October, I think, end of October, beginning of November, something like that. It's called The Outer World. I've done some research into it. It honestly looks like a very good game. And considering Obsidian Entertainment is the ones that originally made New Vegas, I'm already losing track. Since they were the ones that made New Vegas, they've made a pretty good foundation for themselves in majority of the gaming communities. So I'm looking forward to the Outer Worlds. I think it's going to be a very good game, especially if it's made by Obsidian. Especially since Bethesda's taken quite the flop lately. It's kind of pathetic. Nothing against Bethesda or anything. They are a good company, just they don't have their priorities straight with the whole money thing. You know, loot crates, all that shit. Moving on. What's another good topic to move on to during a live stream? Really much easier if people would hop into the room, tell me, hey, this is something you should be talking about. You know, first time you should be talking about stuff that interests people and da-da-da-da-da. I really don't know what the new trends are these days. I'm full in the gaming stuff, so yeah. Oh, something new that's apparently supposed to happen in a week or two or something like that. A whole Area 51 thing. I read quite a few articles about that. People all talking about it. I wonder what's going to happen there. People actually going to show up, or is it going to be one of those things where nobody just shows? It's just a big hoax. Oh, hey, it was for fun. Nothing more than that. I was thinking about doing it, but considering it's all the way in the Nevada, I live in Canada. That's not happening, especially with what I'm paid these days. Forget about it. Interesting news. We, the Canadians, have a election of sorts coming up. I wouldn't exactly call it an election because it doesn't really matter all that much. Well, I mean, I guess it matters for our country, but we currently have Trudeau as our leader. Don't get me wrong, guy, he's decent. I'll say he's decent, but he's also not great. He's put us in a fair bit of debt. And Canada used to be, and I say used to be because technically we're not fully the most well-respected country in the world anymore. We had a time when we were, I would say, respected to some sort. We were the good guys of the world, I guess you could say. We've downgraded a lot. I don't know if that's quite the right word I want to use for that, but I can't think of anything better right now. Canada's come and it's had its time, and then it's been going down. The great royal Mounties of the North are finally sliding down that hill on that toboggan. And the future's not looking so bright for us. We hear a lot more about gun violence here in Canada now, more than we used to. It's becoming a really big thing right now, apparently. Gun violence, hear about random stabbings, people doing all this drug stuff. And yeah, Trudeau has nothing to do with that at all. But the one thing he does have to do with is he's a part of the problem. We need the solution, not the problem. And I'm hoping when the election comes, people will finally open their eyes a little bit more, because something I read on an article said he's at about, 26% or something for the majority of votes out there in Canada or something like that. I'm glad people are wising up a little bit more, but we need more people to wise up and get a better government in issue order in line for leading Canada. I think that would be for the best for us. But enough with Canada issues. Who cares about Canadians, eh? Crap, what is something else to talk about? I got a good one. Pokemon Sword and Shield. A lot of people are talking about that. Really, really unhappy with the national decks, apparently. But granted, I don't really see a problem with having no national decks. What they do. We haven't had a national dex in, 3-4 games now? It's not really that big of a concern to me. Just as long as I get to keep my Absol and my Gardevoir going into the next series of games, I'm totally fine with it. It's whatever. And yeah, I've actually recently watched the new trailers for the Pokemon Sword and Shield videos, and I will admit they look really good. I like the whole camping idea. That's brilliant, actually. It's brilliant. I will admit that is a very nice function. I like the... if you ever played Pokemon Emerald, or I guess Emerald's the first time it would have come out. Maybe Fire Red, Leaf Green, something like that. Anyways, if you played those and you went to a gym and you were about to fight one of the leaders of the gym, and after you're done talking to them and the battle's about to initiate, they had that thing where it's your face and then the face of Roxanne or Brody, no, whatever the second gym leader's name was in the Hoenn region. A bunch of them, Liz and Tate and all them. Whenever you had that whole versus thing, I thought that was really cool. I loved that when I was a kid. It was interesting. It was different. And I like how they're revolutionizing that in Sword and Shield. They've made like a little identification sort of card thing, and you can use that in the versus thing. And it just shows up, and it just looks so cool, in my opinion. I think that's going to be a real crowd pleaser for when the game comes out. Something else I've noticed about the game, with Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, the games that came out last year, they added the function to let Pokemon follow you again, kind of like back in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, sorry. And that was a very good feature. I loved that feature when I was playing Soul Silver way back when. And in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I enjoyed that function again, because it's so cool to just run around with your Pokemon. It makes the adventure feel so much more in the moment. It makes you feel like you're actually experiencing it with the Pokemon you've raised from previous generations, other regions, that sort of thing. We've seen Pokemon walking around in the wilderness and stuff in Sword and Shield, but we still haven't seen Pokemon walking behind you or anything like that. So I'm thinking that function is going to be gone now, and it's kind of depressing, really. It's cool to run around by yourself and all that, don't get me wrong. Lots of people like to do that, but I'm one of those trainers that likes to have the option there, at least, to send out a Pokemon and have it walk along with you, because nothing's more cool than that, right? I mean, having a Charizard follow right behind you right before you're about to go into battle, somebody's going to see that Charizard and be like, yeah, no, I'm not battling this guy. You continue on your way, pal. Oh, hi there, OG Jaden. Pleasure to meet you. Glad you can make it. This is my first ever live stream, so if it's crap or you got something you want me to talk about, I'm happy to talk about it. Anything's really good for me. Anyways, going back to Sword and Shield, I really hope that they do include that function to have the Pokemon follow you again. It would be really nice if they did that. But again, that's just my opinion. Stupid piece of tape. In other news, I've been playing a fair bit of Super Smash Bros. Lately, getting my butt handed into me because that's what I do. I try to play Pichu a lot online, and as you can tell, he's not a powerhouse. He gets his butt kicked left, right, center, fold. So I get my butt handed to me a lot. I'll take out like 1-2 people. I'm somewhat of a pro. Not really a pro. Yeah. Man, other topics are really hard to keep up with, aren't they? OG Jaden, you got anything you want me to talk about, buddy? Anything at all? Anything would be nice. I'm looking for things around my room just to talk about, like looking at different things, and I'm thinking, oh, that'll be something to talk about. Oh, that's something to talk about. No, it's not something to talk about. You guys are gonna be bored just listening to me talk about video games. That's pretty much the only thing I really know, anyway. What else is there to talk about? I look young, I can tell you that. I'm 23. You wouldn't think so, right? I look a lot more like I could be 17, 18, past something like that. But no, on my driver's license, it does state that I was born in 95. So I'm definitely 23 years old. I'm old enough to buy my own vodka and whiskey. Not that I would know. Yeah, off to a real great start. Anyways, yeah. Something else to talk about for Canadian news. Did you know our school systems are now banning cell phones in classes? That is something they should have probably done during my time if they wanted kids to focus a little bit more. Apparently, teachers are going to go on strike on, or are at least talking about a strike for the 23rd or something like that of September. They're 3 weeks into school, and the kids are barely going to be learning anything because their teachers might go on strike. That's something I've always thought's kind of dumb. The teachers union is there to basically try and make more money off strikes and stuff. They're getting paid like $22 an hour up here. That might not seem a lot to a ton of people, but me and my job, I personally make $18 an hour, so it's not. It's a standard job, right? It's a stand. You get what you're paid, and you take money in your one hand, and people just, yeah, it's mind blowing to think that the teachers union has the audacity to go out and ask for more money when there's people like me, millennials, suffering from typical living conditions on his own out there in the world, just paying one paycheck at a time, you know. That was something else I got off my chest, I guess. In other news, there is there's not a whole lot I can talk about in other news. I don't keep in contact with the news. I drive my own car. It's a piece of crap. It's a Cobalt, 2009 Chevrolet. The rockers on it are SOL. They are done. Can't even touch that anymore. They are so rotted. Come this Canadian winter, I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up on the side of the road a couple times calling APP or AAA or whatever the heck it's called. And yeah, that's slightly worrying, but I'm not that incredibly worried about that right now. It'll happen when it happens. Something will happen. Who knows what'll happen? I feel like such a tool. Has anyone seen the new design for the PS5? Chances are you probably have not. It looks sci-fi. Well, not really sci-fi. It looks a lot different than what Sony has made with PS4 and PS3, and it just seems like they're taking a different approach to it. And apparently, if the trade war continues with China right now, because Sony gets a lot of their parts from China, then the PS5 is going to go up in price, leaving Microsoft to dominate with the Xbox Scarlet. No, I don't think it's the Scarlet that's coming out next. I don't know. It's going to be a shiny new Xbox, plain and simple. When that comes out next year, it'll probably be cheaper than the PS5, and that's slightly depressing. So come on, China, maybe give us a little bit of a hand here. Don't raise the prices of our shit just because you're having issues with Walmart. I meant America. We don't choose our leaders. In the end game, I really don't think we choose our leaders. I think they just get chosen out of, I don't want to say luck. I want to say out of priority, maybe. Something like that. What else to talk about? Holy moly. There is so much to talk about, and I can't even drum up a piece of anything to really talk about at all. Oh, and there goes my door. You can see that up there. That beautiful little wolf thing right there. I'm an avid fan of wolves. Can you guess why? If you guess that, you're very much incorrect. And I don't know exactly what that is, but I love wolves because so I'm about 15% Native American. Wow, I cannot fucking summon anything to talk about. Good, anyways. I'm about 15% Native American, I guess. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the correct plural for it. But I've always had an interest in native things like the music like that. I like the idea of the spiritual links from humans to wolves and bears and all that. I believe we all have a spiritual link. Oh, hi there, Survival Mode. Pleasure to meet you, Dungeon Wolves. This is my first stream. Feel free to talk amongst me if you want. I'll be reading comments. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. So the reason I like wolves so much is because, yeah, it's I've always liked the native stuff. I've liked how they see everything on a spiritual level. It's honestly just a connection thing, I guess. Spiritual thinking. I'm a very spiritual person, so I like to believe there is a link between us humans and the animals out there. Yeah, yeah. This is very awkward for me. You wouldn't even know. I've been monologuing different sorts of things for like the last 23 minutes. It's insane. Anybody want to talk about anything at all? Something fun, interesting, something I can get on topic about? Oh, no kidding. Really? Yeah, that's definitely something to talk about. Yeah, I'm 15% Native American, so Arduino? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. But anyways, yeah, I'm 15% Native American. I don't quite get the whole native card thing or whatever. I think you need to be like 25% of that to be able to get that. It's like a discount of sorts, a discount card, I guess, for different sorts of things. But anyways, getting back on the topic. So yeah, I've pretty much loved wolves ever since I was a kid. If you ever seen Balto, pretty sure it was a Canadian movie. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if it was actually a Canadian movie or American movie, whichever it was. But ever since I watched Balto when I was a kid, I fell in love with wolves. Yeah, love the wolves, wolf dogs, dogs in general. I've always been a dog person. I used to have a dog named Missy. She was a Beagle Jack Russell. If you look at other videos on my channel in the past, and watch that movie. Oh, well, you missed a pretty good animated movie. Balto came out with 3 different movies, I think. The first one was released in 94, I think, or 95, 96, 90 something. Second one was released in 2000 and 2002 or 2003, I think, was the third one, which was something to do. No, I think the second one was Wolf Quest or Spirit Quest or something like that. Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. I was talking about something, but I forget. Okay, I'll go check it out. We'll see what year Balto was released. Release date was December 22nd, 1995. So I was pretty spot on the money anyway. Survival mode. Do you remember what I was talking about before I got on the topic of Balto? Or was I even talking about something else? I don't remember, man. This is a real pain in the butt when you forget. Wolf, right? Thank you. I was talking about wolves. But yeah, I fell in love with wolves because of Balto, and then after that, I started watching a lot of sled dog movies like Apollo and other stuff like that. The sled dog movies are actually fairly interesting. I'd say give them a shot sometime, if anything. It makes for interesting movies, especially the Canadian ones. They're the top of the brand, eh? Not really, no. Canadians barely make good movies. If you ever heard of Bon Cop, Bad Cop, do not check it out. Very, very disappointing Canadian movie. I think the second one was even worse. God, why did they come out with a second movie? Bringing me to tears. This is the part of the video where I have trouble thinking of. Do you like rocks and minerals? I know little about rocks and minerals. Rubies, sapphires, that's basically all I really know. I know the big stuff like emeralds and all that fancy stuff. Minerals, not so much. I wasn't really much of a science kid back in school. But do go on and talk about it if you like. I might be able to learn something from you, and that's something I don't get to say very often because I don't learn very much new things often, aside from what's in the news. And believe me, when you're listening to Canadian news, it's not much aside from deaths and Trudeau screwing up this, that, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. What else is something to talk about? Jesus. I'm having a really hard time thinking about stuff to talk about. Yeah, I might just end the video pretty soon because I really am running out of stuff to talk about. It's been a pretty good live stream so far, though, for my first one. I think I'm doing okay. I guess getting back on the story of Pokemon, I guess since that's one of my main interests, and it's something to talk about, God forbid. And getting on the subject of Pokemon, have you ever heard of the Mystery Dungeon series, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series? If you haven't, definitely check out the game series. They were good. I'll subscribe. Oh, thank you. And that would be very nice for more subscribers anyway. But getting back on the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon thing, believe it or not, Dungeon Wolves, my whole name. Wolves obviously came from my fascination with wolves. And the dungeon part actually came from the PMD series, mainly because I fell in love with Red Rescue Team, Explorers of Time, Darkness Sky, and the ones that followed after that. The last release was in 2015, Super Mystery Dungeon. It was a good game, don't get me wrong. I fairly enjoyed it. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great. I played the heck out of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky. I had Darkness first. I played that. I probably sunk maybe at least 200 hours into that easily. Then Sky came out like a year or two later after Darkness and Time released. And that game I've probably put in probably 1,000 hours into that game. I've put in about as much time into that game as I used to put into like Modern Warfare 2 and all that. How did you get over 100 subscribers? I got over 100 subscribers just by doing a bunch of random different videos, I guess. My channel doesn't specifically have a brand tied to it. Oh, you need help? Yeah, well, basically my channel's only ever gained popularity. Well, it doesn't really even have a whole bunch of popularity. I got 13. Well, I'll subscribe to you right now, Survival Mode. Let me just find you on YouTube real quick. YouTube. And search up Survival Mode. Oh, wow, I can see my live stream going on right there. I'm not seeing you pop up anywhere here. And it's kind of frustrating because I go into my little chat log here and I try clicking on your name, but it won't allow me to go to your channel or anything like that. Oh, maybe if I click on the little... maybe just leave a link and I'll subscribe to you through that way. But the way I got 100 subscribers is I first made my channel probably 6 or 7 years ago, something like that. And I've just been gaining followers over time. I haven't really even been keeping count. I haven't really cared for my subscriber count that much. My main idea for when I first started this channel was it's going to be a channel for me. Like I'll make whatever I want as I see fit. So I don't typically touch on any kind of brand. Like it's not going to be a gaming channel, even though I upload a lot of gaming stuff. That's just because I like to game. I'm a gamer at heart. So it's not one of those all the time live stream sort of channels. I'm just doing this for, well, figuring it out, I guess. I watch a guy named watchpony.com. I check out his live streams all the time, and he seems to have a ton of fun with them. So I wanted to just see how it was. But yeah, I don't do one single video. I do a ton of different videos to pull in people from all different kinds of communities to check out my channel, my videos, see if they like them. If they like them, they like them. If they don't, they don't. At least I can say I'm proud of what I make on my channel, and that I think stands for something in itself, in and of itself. But if you want my advice to getting more subscribers, the biggest way definitely is probably to just stick with the brand and upload weekly so people can find you and that sort of thing. Also try out Discord, maybe throw your name out there, let people know, leave a link, that sort of thing. I've heard that's an effective way of doing it anyway. I don't really partake in that sort of stuff. Again, don't really care about my subscriber count that much. A series of Arduino. Oh. Would you mind going in depth on that? I don't know what Arduino or Arduino is exactly. Is it like a game series or a type of community, something like that? Because I never heard that. You know what? I'm going to look it up real quick. Arduino Home? Is that maybe what you're talking about? I don't know why, but it came up with a picture of a chessboard. Play chess using voice commands on Arduino? Is that what you're talking about? It's a programmable microcontroller. Oh, it's a controller. Cool. Oh, so is it kind of like this chess game thing that I'm reading about here? Let's check out images real quick, see what it is. And what I'm mostly getting is it looks like a little piece of software of some kind, like a kind of like a motherboard or something like that. It It looks interesting. I'll say that. Yeah, I'm guessing it's like, is it just a sort of controller that you can plug into your tablet or something and play video games with it? Kind of like a, hold on, kind of like a, oh, come on, reach. Okay, yeah, kind of like a PS4 controller or a Nintendo controller, something like that. Hardware. Okay, so not exactly a controller. So, not a controller, just hardware. Kind of. So hardware to speed up your computer or something. Then, because I know of hardware that works like that. This is a very confusing conversation we're having. Anyways, getting off topic. I don't even know what topic I was on. You guys want to see something cool I made once upon a time? It was a wood project I did way back in the day. Let me grab it real quick. It's right here. This stool I made back in high school. Works well. It's suitable anyway. I don't remember how I built it. It's just a foldable, cool little thing. Anyways, basically you can make your own robot. Oh, now that is cool. I've always wanted a back when I was a kid, I wanted a robot. I thought robots were so cool back then. Now I just hear all the conspiracy theories saying, "Oh, hey, robots are gonna rise up and kill us all." Still waiting for that day. Hasn't happened yet, so I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. Not unless we program them with their own thoughts, that sort of thing. Yeah. What else is something to talk about? Talked about games a little too in depth, so I'm probably won't go into that too much. Why don't we go into books? Yeah, books. A series I've been reading a lot lately is I'll send me your link to your channel, and I'll and maybe upload a video of it. I'll check it out sometime. Leave a comment or something like that. And let you know I was there. Getting back to books, I was about to start reading my newest book, Wings of Fire. That is totally backwards right now, too. This is the 11th book, The Lost Continent. I haven't gotten to it yet. Click on my profile pic. Does it work if I click on your profile pic? No, doesn't allow it. I will highlight your name, copy it, and I'll check it out on YouTube later. Or just leave a link. That would make it 10 times easier for me. Getting back to Wings of Fire, though. WAF is about dragons. The first 5 books started out with Clay, Sunny, Tsunami, Glory, and what was the 5th one again? We got Clay, Tsunami. Oh, the Nightwing. What was the Nightwing's name? Starflight. That's the one I'm thinking of. Started out with the 5 of them and their journey to finding out what it meant to be the Dragonets of Prophecy, Destiny. And without spoiling too much, well, basically they did in the end game in the 5th book become the true Dragonets of Destiny. The 5 books following after that was about how do I put this without going too into detail and ruining it? The following 5 books followed 5 other Dragonets that are related to the original 5 Dragonets of Prophecy, or of Destiny, sorry. And with the 11th book that I have here now, it goes over to a different continent. This new continent is what is it? But Pyria was the first continent, and Pentala. That is this this new continent where beings like him exist. I think he's a hive wing, or maybe he's a silk wing or something like that. But it's something I got to get into. I haven't really read the books yet, and I very much look forward to that read. I'm going to be reading it this week because I just got it. Finally? Oh, did you lose me or something for a second there? Finally. Don't worry, I totally know what you meant. Don't worry about it. My whole internet's kind of laggy, so I'm surprised it's even gone this long without cutting out completely. And I was talking about the Wings of Fire. I'm pretty sure I finished off with that. So, what's a new topic to talk about? There's so many topics I can go into. How about we delve into why I have that that right there, that anime girl hanging on my wall. She's known as Toka from. I actually forgot the anime name. That's great. Date Alive. That's it. It's an anime called Date Alive. I've watched the first 2 seasons of it. Not a bad anime, but it lacks story. It lacks that vision, I guess, for a good story arc. It's good in ways for romance and stuff for people that are into rom-coms and stuff like that. For me though, I need an anime that's story driven, constantly going, moving forward, making you want to watch the next episode. I've been watching Black Clover recently, and it is currently on its 100th episode come this Tuesday. I'm very much looking forward to that. I've been watching it for 2 years now, I think now. And it's kept me on my toes. Every single episode has me thinking, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? It's kind of like Naruto was back in the day for me. I watched the heck out of that. But as soon as Boruto, yeah, I think it's Boruto. As soon as he entered the picture, I was done. I quit the series as fast as I started it. And then I moved on to the next thing, which was Black Clover, and I have been thoroughly impressed so far. It's related in a lot of ways. It definitely clashes with that Naruto formula, but at the same time, it's its own story. It's different in the fact that it's not about ninjas. It's about magic and a magicless kid and all this other wizard stuff. So it's kind of cool, especially after I've finished watching Harry Potter. Ever since the Harry Potter movies finished a couple of years back, I've been looking for that new magic show or magic movie set that's gonna. Ooh, that's interesting. I know they came out with Magical Beasts and Where to Find Them. The first 2 movies were all right. Well, the first movie was definitely the best. The second one was a little more and it definitely featured magic and all that, but it doesn't have the same spark that Harry Potter did. Harry Potter had a lot more of it for me. Post videos of these stories because your sub count would go sky high. Of these stories? I don't really think they go off these stories very much. I'm not a very interesting person. And like I said, this is my first live stream. I just figured I should go into depth about my background a little bit more. Maybe share with the people who are interested in learning, I guess. What else is there to talk about? Oh, I was on magic and animes and stuff. Something else I'm actually looking forward to is My Hero Academia. The 4th season's coming out in November or October, or something like that anyway. I'm very much looking forward to a world without All Might. That is going to be insane. Deku is really going to have to step up to the plate if he wants to, move out of his teacher's shadow to become the #1 hero. And judging just by the trailers of the upcoming season to come, it looks really good. I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy every single episode, and seeing it weekly is going to mentally destroy me little by little because I'm going to be like, why would you end it on a cliffhanger like that? That's so uncool, man. Oh, I can't wait. And honestly, I'm surprised my live stream's been going this long. I didn't think I'd be able to survive this long. It's definitely been fun so far talking about me. I wish I had more fans here to talk about stuff they want to talk about. Use survival mode. You are a very loyal wolf, and I really thank you for joining the subscriber count. I hope you enjoy the small community we have building up very, very, very slowly. But it's cool. Again, who cares about subscribers these days? So long as you make something you enjoy, then I think it's all fair game. What else to talk about aside from My Hero Academia? Am I right? I've talked about Pokemon. I've talked about WAF. I've talked about anime a little bit. Talked about video games. Talked about basically partially what I did today, like dying in COD a fair bit. My KDR is going to be grabbing that game. Soccer. Okay, soccer's something I can talk about. I used to play soccer back when I was a kid. Believe it or not, I definitely don't strike anybody as the athletic type. I'm a gamer kid, gamer guy. I'm no longer counted as a kid, even though everybody at work calls me a kid. But yeah, I played soccer for 6 years when I was a kid. We weren't anything big. We were the Atchison Pharmacy team, and we had games. We had games. I won't say they were great because half the time when I was really, keep in mind I was like 5, 6 years old at the time, so I was picking dandelions while everybody else was kicking the ball around, heading towards our net. And my coach is just like, "What the hell are you doing? Stop picking dandelions! Can't get out there and start kicking the ball towards their end." I'm pretty sure every single one of my coaches hated me. I was always that one kid that would be off doing his own thing while everybody else is practicing and whatnot, and I was pretty much only there for the orange juice and the apple pieces, orange pieces, blah blah blah. I once I aged up since we moved to different states. I've been on a lot of soccer teams. Oh, that's cool. I don't know too much about soccer anymore. I've kind of fallen out of that field ever since I was a kid, so can't really say too much about it myself. I'm hoping you're very good at it, though, and maybe that's something you could include on your own channel, Survival Mode. Maybe people want to hear stories about your times of playing soccer. Maybe people want to learn about how to actually play the game or tricks and stuff, like throwing it into one end or something like that. I don't know. People enjoy videos, walkthrough videos, and stuff like that these days. So another idea for you, in case you wanted to add on to something for your channel to get more popular if you wanted. What is something else to talk about? What about rock climbing? I've done rock climbing, I think, once while I was in, wasn't Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii once. Very beautiful place. I think it was in Cuba I did rock climbing. Safety harnesses, all that stuff. I wasn't very adept at it. I was sloppy. I don't have a very athletic build, so if anything, I got a bit of a gut. So climbing's not very easy. Fun, right? Oh yeah, it's definitely fun. It's nerve-wracking when you're climbing up, but easier when you know you have a harness strapped to you, keeping you safe. I couldn't imagine doing any of that free climbing stuff. I heard people do it all the time, and I have a tendency to be afraid of heights, so I'm not really good with heights or anything. I get like 20 feet off the ground, I'll look down and it'll be like, okay, this is happening. Bouldering, is that what free climbing is called? I'm assuming, maybe, potentially, possibly. You'd know more than I would. I barely know anything about that sort of stuff. Okay, so yeah, bouldering then. Yeah, I have mad respect for people that do it. It's got to be tough. I honestly don't think I could ever do anything like that. Again, if I were like 20 feet in the air or something, I'd be like, "Yep, no, I'm just staying here. Somebody call the fire department, come rescue my butt. I'm gonna just wait here. Hopefully, I won't lose my grip." I do it at a gym. Oh, that's cool. I actually have a personal gym at my place. So we have a gym downstairs, and I'll sometimes go on the treadmill down there. I'll lift a couple weights, nothing too big time. I stay a little fit. I'm not like a health nut or anything like that. I got years before I need to worry about that sort of thing. I know I'm jinxing myself, setting myself up for failure, but gotta enjoy life while you're young, right? What is something good to talk about? Let's move on to music. I haven't gotten into music yet. Um, believe it or not, my first actual favorite band way back in the day, and they probably aren't well known to date, but if you ever heard of All American Rejects, I listened to them a lot when I was a kid. My favorite song by them was what the heck was it again? It'll come. It'll come. Where's my phone? Actually, that'll tell me what it was. Let me just pull it up here real quickly. Oh, that's cool. Interesting stuff. But oh, you play the flute? That's cool, survival. I never played the flute. I once played the trumpet back when I was in high school, and I gotta say, oh, okay. Have a good night, man. I'll see you on the flip side, maybe. Uh, stay cool, I guess. Stay frosty, something like that. What the heck was that song? All American Rejects. Let's search them up. American Rejects. Night. American Rejects. Move along. That's it. That's the song. Here, let me play it. In case you guys don't know it. There's some good stuff here. You're learning a lot, guys. Let's just skip ahead a little bit. This is good music, believe it or not. Yeah. But yeah, that's All American Rejects. They were pretty good. Still a pretty good band. I'm pretty sure they're still coming out with new albums every now and again. I haven't checked them out in forever. I've been on 3 Days Grace and Skillet and other bands like that lately. Eminem, oh gosh, I've been listening to a lot of him lately. I listened to his new song, or maybe newer, maybe it's a bit older, I'm not sure. Song he did called Good Guy, I think it was. Yeah, Good Guy. It's about 2 minute long song, but I enjoy it. It's good. Opens your eyes a little bit about how twisted people can be out there and stuff. He sings with a lot of emotion, and I respect that about him as a rap artist. And I listen to a lot of rap. I respect a lot of the stuff they do out there. Always talking about, well, they're fighting the good fight. Let's just say that. I feel like I talk too much and I'll have somebody out on my ass trying to take me down, even though I'm not a big name or anything. What else? Yeah. I barely have much else to talk about. I've done some art, I guess. That's something to do. I'm not a great artist, granted. I do mostly pencil and shading and sort of stuff. That's typically the best of my abilities. I'm not great at it. I'm not great. I'm not bad. But I could do better. I just don't have that creative idea. I'm more of a creative writer. I'm better at writing short stories and books and sort of things. I got like 50 to maybe 100 different short stories I've already written, all locked way up here and on paper. in various journals I have. Probably have like 10. No, not 10. Definitely not 10. Probably closer to 5 or 6 journals, just all different short stories. I've even tried writing my own songs every now and again, but they never turn out brilliant. What else is something to talk about? Stuff is so hard to come up with and just talk about on the spot. I don't know if anybody knows this about me, but I'm a brony. If you don't know what that means, it means I'm a fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which is sadly ending in a few weeks. So we'll see what happens to the brony community. I'm hoping none of us really break up because Gen 5 will be coming out next year or the year after, something like that. And I know it'll be brilliant because FIM was brilliant, so bring on the next show, right? I'm also glad that it's kind of coming to an end because it was getting bland. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but it was feeling slightly repetitive. It was all right storytelling. I feel like they could have connected the storyline a little bit better. I mean, a recent one with Rainbow Dash and a cheer team that was not a very favorite Rainbow Dash episode for me. I like Rainbow Dash. I'm not her biggest fan. I like Fluttershy and Twilight more. They're Twilight Shy, forever. Yeah, forever a fan. As you can probably see, I got a Fluttershy just hanging over there. And yeah, people will probably hate on that I'm a brony, whatever. I honestly really don't care about other people's opinions. Your opinion's your opinion. My opinion's my opinion. That's the world we live in, and that's the world we should all respect. Because times are changing. We can't go back. There's no rewind. Only a fast forward. Because the years are going by quicker and quicker. You know what? I'm probably going to end this stream at the 1 hour mark just to say, hey, it's been done. And I think to quickly end off this episode, I'm going to play my signature opening. If you guys watch my channel frequently, you will know what it is. Let me check real quick my library. My videos. I look amazing. Not really saying I'm amazing or anything, just, let me find it. Where is it? You know what? I'll just click on one of my random old videos. It'll probably have this right at the start. Sure. That sounds like cool. This was an old video we did. I don't think you can really see it. There's the intro. Believe it or not, that intro was actually fairly difficult to make. I think I spent like 3 to 4 days just putting all those tiny little pieces together because I really wanted something that stuck out, and honestly, I think its current version is actually really good. I'm probably going to update it again eventually, but not going to come to that point anytime soon. Probably maybe a year or two down the line from now. We'll see. I like changing things every now and again, but I also like having the same sort of thing every now and again too. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So we're entering our final minute now. 50 seconds or so left. Let me just start by saying thank you for watching this. If you're watching, to the people that did show up for my first live stream, thank you very much. Thank you. Whole avatar thing, means a lot that I get support for some of my videos. I mostly do my videos for, well, like I said earlier, I typically do my videos for myself. I do what I think I would enjoy down the line. I like looking back on my videos and saying, I did a pretty good job on that. And with that note, I think I will leave it off there. I've been Dungeon Wolves, faithful Dungeon Wolves, amazing Dungeon Wolves, the Dungeon Wolves, Lord Dungeon. I probably go by too many aliases by this point. Anyways, I've been Dungeon Wolves, and I am signing off for yet another video. Feel free to like this video if you want to, or subscribe to become a wolf today to join the wolf pack, because we haven't had a whole ton of subscribers lately, but yeah, my videos are interesting, and I hope everybody enjoys them. Anyways, wolf paws up, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Hoo-ah! Ending the live stream now. Bye! Yeah, end.